Hi, this is Mike Cuddy, and I'm here to talk to you about my latest project, which is actually Hangman, which we can kind of see right here. And I'll get back to this in a second. But yeah, I decided, I think it was maybe 3 weeks ago or so, maybe a little bit later, a little bit earlier. I was in the shower one day and I just started to think about if I could make Hangman, and the idea of how to make it quickly came to me. And it seemed pretty easy to me in my brain and in my vision. And so as soon as I finished my last project uh, with Flask, I jumped right into doing this, and it actually didn't take me that long. It was like the first project where I just saw it all lay out in front of me, and it went fairly quickly. So here's the HTML code. It's not that lot of code at all. So that's basically it right there. It's just got its footer and the main section, and then it has all these body parts right here for each of the hangman, because I really wanted to represent the man every time he got a word wrong. I wanted his head to appear, his body, his leg, his right arm, his left arm, and so on. And so I knew that would probably be the hardest part to do. So, but other than that, the actual JavaScript was really easy for me. It was something like I basically did it in two main functions, and I really have this one function, get value right here, which is really like the whole function that controls the whole game, and it just really uh, fired off by just hitting that enter button each time you hit a letter. So it was a rather easy game to do and everything. And I would say anyone that really feels like they have a basic good knowledge of JavaScript and wants a little bit of a challenge, just make the Hangman game. And like I said, to me, it wasn't that challenging at all. Maybe because my skill level has finally gotten to the point that I feel confident in doing a lot of this now. And one thing I will say is the hardest part about it would be making, like I said earlier, where the head to appear is actually the CSS. It wasn't the JavaScript. And so if we look at that, I had to use CSS Grid, this was a great project to help work with it. And you can see all it right here, like where everything appears, like the right arm, right leg, excuse me, left leg, and so on. And then if we go over here to the actual game, you can actually see the grid. It's right here. So that's how everything appears. And this is actually Firefox. I don't believe Chrome has this yet, so it's actually a good reason when you're using CSS Grid to use Firefox. And you can see this symbol right here, Display Grid. You can just click that, and it just turns it on, this little hashtag. So I found that by watching a YouTube video about CSS Grid at a conference. So that's a really interesting thing right there. So there's the grid, and if we start the game, and now we have to choose a letter and enter it just like a normal hangman. I will say that I wanted to have like since there are 6 main body parts, that head, body, arms, and legs, that like 6 total right there. I only used words that were 6 letters long. So if we do it, let's start with an A, enter, right guess, and you see the correct letter appears right there, and it actually appears in order. So there's actually 2 A's, as you can see. So let's actually just put one. I know none of my words have the letter Z in it, so let's hit that wrong guess. And there's the head appearing. Let's use an S, wrong guess, and there goes the body. The one thing I will say about this game is that it's not really that responsive. As you can see, if I change the screen size, it kind of becomes offline. And that I knew was going to be a really big challenge for me to do. So I basically just keep the screen a certain size so the user can see the body appear. And if I do it one more time, wrong guess, the arm appears there. And this, of course, turns yellow over here, letting the user know. Then it'll go to orange, I believe, then finally to red. So that they better make the guess or the guy is going to be hung. So, and then I can reset it right there, and it just basically reloads the page. So that's how that reset button works. I guess it's a little quick, cheap way to do it. But yeah, that's my game, and it works really well. And if it wins, it'll tell you, then it resets itself. So I'm probably going to be posting this on the internet eventually, because I may use it for my JavaScript class that I'm taking currently right now. And it'll be on with the tic-tac-toe game that I made as well. So yeah, that's my Hangman game, and that's it. So take care.